All right, we are back after our 1 day break. Far too long of a break. Way too long. Actually, what ended up happening is I did work on the game yesterday, but I just didn't stream it because I was pretty tired. Plus, I had a lot going on yesterday, so. Let me post this in the Discord. And let's run this, and I will show you that my inventory is no longer broken. You can see here we have numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are just the indexes of the underlying array, because I needed to fix some issues I had where you would drag something over here and then try to drag it back, and it would break at index 4 even though this is index 0. So I just wanted to see when it would switch, because then I could figure out which function was breaking. Because it was randomly like cycling to, rather than 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 0, 1, 2, 3, it would go to like 4, 5, 6, 7. But we are now here. We can do splits. We can drag 1, bring it out. We can drag half into here. We can drag 1 into here. Yes, nice. So we can do all of our regular functionality. Of course, we still don't have it set up where you can, when you're splitting, you can see the preview. Like right here, you can see the preview, but not when you're splitting stuff, so. But we are back. I don't really know what I'm going to work on, besides maybe making the box a placeable thing. Should we get into placeable items? That could be good. It's also a little bit scary because it's a whole new feature. But as we know, you just start building and eventually things work. So that's been my usual way of doing things. Okay, we've got our base set up here. Still got a good amount of wood left. Let's chop down a tree. I do want to start adding more of the survival elements. Not a huge fan of it going like the in-game time being there. Oh, there's my guy. Let's sit him back down. And let's fly in our debug mode here. Oh. And let's have him walk somewhere so we know we're... Okay, we're facing the right direction. Okay, put some ceiling lamps. Perfect. Now we just view this from a distance. Okay, walk over by our base. Now come here. Bring me the base. Sit down. Perfect. Getting some framiness. Getting a little bit of jiggly shakiness as well. We also have a sideways tree. That's cool. Uh-oh. Am I stuck? Okay, good. Yeah, this is your classic sideways tree that grows out of the trunk of another tree. This music is a bit much. We have these two different colors right now. Everything is just green. Here, let me switch this music. It's giving me a headache. I wonder if we should do something with that. Like, I guess we could just go to Terrain 3D and hey, hello lunch. What's up? We can kind of add some not quite full brown. Just more like darker patches. Okay. See if that gives it a little better. Hey, what's up? Who isn't streaming tonight? I think people must have seen that later because that was actually sent. I sent that message yesterday, I believe, right? Yeah, because I saw a couple people see it. But that was actually yesterday that I said that because I didn't stream last night. Looks like we have an ad starting. Okay, how does it look with some browns? I mean, it's still only one other color, so. But there's some like darkened bits, which kind of works. But I'm very happy to say that this inventory works. Now, of course, I should go to the small box. Saw it this morning. Yeah, I think most people ended up seeing that it this morning. Okay. Let's make a class called new script, be storage, create. New Jank, what's up? Then small box will extend storage. We can get rid of this. We're going to say this is inventory size of 20. Let's see how it looks when we open it up. There we go. Go away, come back, still there, open it up, still there, go like this, open it up, perfect. Nice. Oops. Smashing my desk. Okay. Okay, now, box. Small box can have an inventory of, let's actually give it an inventory of like 12. Then let's go to this. With our materials, how do we have it currently? Let's look at this. Okay, we need to save this material. Oh, we already have it as wood brown. Okay. Okay. So now we've got this. Let's duplicate it. Actually, wait, no. Let's take this, make it point 0.2 on the Z. Now duplicate it. Duplicate it again. Rotate it. Negative 0.5. 0. Duplicate that. Now I'm here. How is it? It's going good. Not too bad. We're working on, I think what we're trying to do today is the, like, placeable items. Which will be very different from how we're doing the... I guess not very different, but it'll be... we got to figure out the, like, snapping to whatever is below it. How are you doing your building? Are you defining snap points? Yeah. So... wood floor looks like this, and it has all these connection points. These area 3Ds are just to detect, because right now I'm just using an area 3D in front of the player attached to the camera that just looks around and it's always in front of you. And then it detects these things, and then it's like, which one is the one that is currently in focus? And there's some sorting that I do. And then I disable these connection points when the connection point doesn't apply. So if it's a ceiling that you're trying to place, then it's not going to look at these ones, because these connection points are only for triangles. You know, things like that. Might do something similar for fences. Yeah. This I actually really like. With the triangles, it ended up being a little tough, because it's like I just had to do some math to figure out where these connection points should be. It's like, for a square foundation, it needs to be right here. For a triangle, it needs to be right there, and then I'm disabling and enabling depending on what you're on. Sounds like a good way to do that. Yeah, it works pretty well. I actually really like it. I thought that there would be like that the way that I am doing it seems like too simple, or maybe I don't even know. For some reason, I don't know if it felt hacky or something, but it works really well to just have nodes that are connections. Like, hey, and this only accepts this type of thing. By the way, how's it going, Trash Wiz? But yeah, like this connection here only accepts doorways, windows, and walls. This one over here only connects to foundations. Only foundations connect to it. Things like that. Started implementing tools/input system for the garden game today. So one of the next steps is placing structures. Not placing buildings, I'm placing items. So, like, these are all building components. But I want to be able to place this wooden box that I'm creating somewhere in the world, but I want to be able to place it kind of anywhere. Whereas, like, these buildings, you can only place the foundation, either a triangle foundation or a flat foundation, anywhere. and then after that you build on it. But I want to be able to like place a box on the ground here or put one here, and if I put a box here, I want it to slope with the normal, like things like that. So, Mars, what's up? That's what I meant. Got buildings on the brain. Yeah. So just the placeable items. So like if I do a crafting table or something, then I want to be able to, you know, place that in the base or just out here somewhere, you know. Reminds me a little how Rust building construction system works. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. I love their building system. I feel like it's the best ever made, basically. I just love the simplicity of, you know, slapping things together. Which doing the triangle stuff was tough, but it now works. The alignment was hard, but it works now to the point where, like, I think even if you do a really big base, there shouldn't be any misalignments. Ran out of wood. Grab some more here. Let me also throw up some ceiling lamps so I can see. And yeah, there you got your Rust style 2x2, you know. Another day in paradise. Finished my first Godot course. On to my next one. Nice. Good to hear. Are you enjoying it? But Trash Wiz, the real thing that I'm trying to differentiate with here is I've got, as you notice, this rather large mound in front of me, which is kind of like a boulder with some grass on it. But the special thing about it is you can tell it to stand up, and then it has these legs, and you can tell it to move somewhere, which the system for that isn't quite built yet. Right now I'm just using, like, you just click and tell it where to go. But you can have it sit back down, and then I can fly in my debug mode here, and I can get up on top of one of these guys, and I can decide that maybe I should just, you know, build a mobile base. So I can build a base on top of this guy. And that way, at night, when all the dangers come out, I can be safe and sound up above. And, of course, I can't build as big a base on him, but I can go on longer journeys because I can take my base with me. And then I can return back to my home base eventually when I need to. Oh, it's got a little framey there for a second. So yeah, that's kind of the main point of this survival game is going to be that loop of kind of taking your base with you and stuff. That is really cool. Howl's moving castle core. I'm not sure what that is, but you're probably accurate. Yeah, that's once I created these mountain guys, these walking mountain dudes, I was like, dude, you have to be able to build a base on it. And so I ended up changing my entire project from like a puzzle game to just a survival game. But yeah, it's good. The next one is how to build custom plugins. Got my first idea to make one, or first idea for one, a note-taking plugin, not unlike Obsidian, but inside the Godot UI. That would be cool. That would be a good starting project. Like making, because I still haven't really gotten into making custom plugins. I have like an add-on, but it's not in editor really. And I've worked with some editor tools and stuff, tried to make some, but I haven't spent enough time like really learning it, so I've kind of half-baked it and then gave up. But yeah, that will be the main thing. And the kind of gameplay loop will be, you know, you go somewhere, it's nighttime, it's dangerous. So if you do go down, you got to be careful. But that's also when you can get the best loot. I think the best loot will be out at night. It's just that all the monsters will be there too. And there's going to be monsters during the day as well. It's not just at night, but... It's amazing how many times I've heard this specific playlist. And I still just love it. It's all Stream Beats by Harris Heller. And they're amazing. This specific album I've probably listened to like 200 times. Okay. Let's finish making just the box. Duplicate this. Transform. Let's put it at 0 and 0. And let's rotate it like that. And let's do, I guess, 0.1. Okay. And then duplicate that. Bring it up. Let's make this 1.1. 1.1. Whoops. This is bottom slab lid. Oh, it's because it's rotated. Let's fix the rotation and let's just do it like this. 1.1, 0.2. Okay, sick. Wait, nope, we need this 1 point. Let's do 1.2. Okay. Now let's do a animation player. Let's add a new, and we're gonna go open. And on this, we can keyframe its rotation and its position. And then at the end, we can go like this. Negative 0.5 and 1.6. Keyframe that. Okay, it's not quite. What happens if I do cubic on these? Okay, never mind. Let's take these and delete them. Delete both of these actually. We're gonna go lid. Let's rotation back to there. Put its position back to 1.1. Okay. What we need is a node 3D. Which position will be the hinge point. Negative 0.5. Let's do 1.1. We're going to call this hinge. Drag that up to there, and we can put the lid underneath it. And then in our animation, we can go to here. Do its rotation there. And then here. We can keyframe its rotation again. Okay, and let's do cubic for it. And let's make it just 0.5 seconds. Perfect. We now have a lidded box. The synthwave from Harris Heller is on point. Yeah, I love basically all of his stuff except for the kind of like more active beats are a little bit, I don't know. They just end up giving me a headache. Okay, open, close. We can just play it in reverse, I guess. So, wait, how do you do this again? Oh, it's just one. Okay. I do need to do my static typing. Now, how do you play in reverse? Play backwards. Okay. Nice. That's easy. We're going to have to break some things into different parts because some of these things are just not good. Wait, does not equal null. Okay. Okay, we should break this into another thing here. We can do a funk inventory. Then we can do close outside inventory. So much of this, goodness sakes. We've got 200 something lines of code in this player script. Don't like that. Okay, now in our interactable. Nope. In our item detect. Let's look at our close outside inventory here. Hey, Anonymo Productions with the raid. How's it going, man? How was your stream? This might not work. This is close outside inventory. We need to do this up here. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, it opens. Now what happens if I walk away? Okay, it closes it. Nice. Oh, but then it closes it there when I leave again and it toggles the inventory. So... what we could say is if current outside inventory does not equal null, was good, thanks. Nice. Good to hear. What were you working on? Okay, so I go in here, and then I look away, nothing happens. But if I open it, and then back away, then it closes. Nice. Or if I press E. Okay, sick. Small box needs a static body. Collision. Collision shape. One thing I kind of need to mess around with is I think I have some squares, collision shapes that are squares that I could optimize things by making them cylinders. I'm going to do a cylinder for this. Height 1 meter. Okay. Now we need an item that holds this. Did you mean for the rock guy to stand up? Technically, right now, just for expediency's sake, I have it where anytime you press E, he stands up. But then it was really annoying because I also tell him to go places by pressing middle click. And then when I was like doing things like testing my inventory, I would split and put that into there, but I click and drag with middle click. And he would like walk over there because I had middle clicked. And so then I disabled most of his commands while the UI is open. But unfortunately, when I press E to close, the UI is not open anymore, so he still stands up. But it's right now it's just because he's using the wrong system. Like for movement. He's not gonna always have that. He will be moved by entirely different means. Oh, interesting. Wait, what happens if I... Weird. The inventory pops back up. Let me try this. I think I would rather it go like this and then it just goes like that. Yeah. So then if you do this, walk away, then it doesn't. Oh. I can keep closing it, but I can't. Can't reopen it. Let's do something like this. Actually, let's put this in the put this small box. Where's my small box? Touching up an old Game Jam entry. Nice. Really late, so I just wanted to stop by before heading to bed. Hey, no worries. You go get some sleep. I know the feeling. That's how like 99% of my raids are. Because I always push my stream right before I like have to either go to bed or just gotta go. So no worries there. Go get some rest. Okay, so we have that. Now our small box. Oh, okay. Now in our player, oh, actually in our small box, we say is open equals true, is open equals false. What was I trying to fix with this? Now I have no idea. I just completely lost what I was trying to do. Oh, it's when you press E on it. So now I can check. we can do this. If I toggle my inventory, then it stays open until I leave. Oh, and then it toggles it. Interesting. Because we said close outside inventory. Let's not toggle that. I think we can just do that. Okay, which means on my toggle inventory, give me more room here. Okay. Nice. Let's make it daytime again. Let's go to main and set our time of day. Let's make it noon. And let's not do game time. Oh, interesting. Okay. So if I... Okay. But if I press E twice, then it just gets rid of that. When really that should toggle my inventory. Interact. So I press E, and then I press E again, but it... I think we do need to do inventory UI dot toggle inventory UI. No, because that should close it. So we clear that, and then if it does not equal null and it's open, Then we close the outside inventory. What's the deal here? We got some, by the way, good to see you, Vinny. Okay. Yeah, then we get some weirdness there. So this, if I press E and then toggle inventory, then it goes away. That's great. If I press E and then press E again, then it goes to that. Okay, we don't need to do that twice. Your powers have more than doubled since the last time we met. That's actually probably true. We've gotten a lot done on this project. I'll show you what we got going on. I don't know if you remember these guys. But they are our walking mountains. Nope. Okay. I wonder if you weren't watching then on our last project, which was going to be like a puzzle game. But we've got these walking mountain dudes. This current project I've been working on for a couple weeks now. It is a survival game. And I'll show you what the nice thing is. We have these big walking boulder things, and you can build your base on top of them if you want. You can also build your base on regular ground. But the idea of this game is that you have a mobile base, and you try to survive through the nights and through the days. And you build your base and you try to survive. I still need to really figure out what the main loop is going to be. Oh, I ran out of wood. But the general idea is, you can bring your base with you as you go around. Robot RPG. Okay, that was the one before the last one. But that one turned out, I've been so busy like this year that I just didn't think I could do the demo in a fast enough time. Because I'm literally moving to Finland in like 6 months. Goodness, what's with the shakiness? I think it's just the collision. Yeah, because when you're just standing there, it's fine. But it's as you move. It bounces a lot. We'll have to figure out how to do this guy's movement because we can't just do it like a normal character body where he slides on the ground. I think there's too much weird bounciness that happens. But yeah, we have started a new project, which is to be expected with how I work, new projects all the time. But I think this is the one I'm going to stick it out on because I think the scope is right. It's just right. It's not too crazy, but there's still plenty of potential to be able to, make something cool. But it can be done kind of piece by piece. Whereas that RPG, it's like you kind of have to make a really tight demo, which already would have taken probably another 6 months. And then to make the entire game, it's like a crazy amount of time. Whereas I could make something that's pretty fun here within the first 6 months, and it would basically be like a good enough proof of concept that it would be like a early alpha or something, Finland, yeah. Yep, I'm getting married, so I gotta go to where my marriage is. So I'm going to be moving there in November. As far as we can tell right now, that's going to work best. But yeah, should be fun. Okay, I can't build right here because there's a foundation too near. I don't know if I need to have that. That limitation. We'll see. But yeah, we've gotten a lot done in the past, couple weeks, really. Running out of wood again. But let me figure out. I have too many things being called right now that are like kind of canceling each other out. Too many functions being called. I also really need to change my mesh for this hammer. It just does not look good. So I open this, and then I press E and it closes. Perfect. If I open this, and then I walk away from it, it closes. If I open this and press inventory, then it just goes to my inventory. What happens if I walk away? Okay, nothing. If I press E again, Ooh. I think I can just do that rather than toggle inventory. E, press tab, press E again. Nice. Okay. Although if I press tab, I don't want it to just toggle like that. What I could just do is just that. Show and hide. Because I want it to oh. It should close outside inventory. Why is that not toggling it? Or not showing it? An older meme, but not any less relevant. There's probably like less than 7 million fins. And over 7.5 billion people on the planet. Fins make up less than 0.1% of the planet's population. Best government census has a margin of error of about 1%. Since fins are 0.01%, there's a 50-50 chance it doesn't exist, right? That is true. I have been there, and it does seem like it doesn't exist when you're there, because you walk into a train station and you're waiting for your train, and there could be 300 people there, and all you hear is footsteps. It's like, there's no people on Earth that could ever be this quiet. They can't be real. So I believe it. I think when people go there, they just hallucinate it, you know. Mathematically show that whether or not you've actually been there is a 50-50. True, yeah. I mean, I could have just hallucinated the whole thing. It's very possible. It is kind of a too good to be true country as well. Like, it's really nice, which doesn't make any sense. Like, the quietness is crazy. Okay, why does this not hide? I mean, that is kind of fine to have it do that, where it switches just to your normal inventory. But it's not great. So when you press E, then we open it, so we show it. If it's if it's not open, then we close outside inventory. I don't think we need this. Oh, what about in our inventory UI? We're doing this, I see. We're running it there. And since that's an unhandled input, we can pull this out because we don't need that there. Which means we can go here, we can go back to here, close outside inventory, can do that, or it can just do hide, because that's what it's supposed to do. And then in our state keeping, hell, yep, for the most part. We've got way too much spaghetti code here, all conflicting. When you're in those situations, it's been my experience to not look at what code is doing. Take a minute to look away and say what you want to happen out loud and onto paper or notepad. I think just thinking in general or verbalizing it definitely helps. My problem is I usually don't think. Oh. I don't think I can do that. I can't do like a... I'll just do this. Inventory UI dot toggle inventory UI. Okay, that works now. And then when I go here and press E, it closes. Or press E and then I hit tab, it closes. If I press E and move away, it closes everything. If I press E and hit E, it closes everything. Sick. Okay. Good job, thank you. It's getting there. I don't really need to do it by exported variable, but okay, I'm literally just going to do this so I can get some of this code out of here. Components, yeah, we're throwing some stuff together here. What was it again? You know what? Let's give this a class too. Let's call it movement agent. So now if I go to here, then I can do nice, and it autofills it. Perfect. Okay. You know what? Let's just grab all the variables with it too. Is walking. Okay, and then we can do player dot. For some of these, I guess. Jump velocity. And grab all of these. Hey, Hide Zone, what is up? How you doing? Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Okay, I think I can pull these out now, and let's see if something breaks in movement. Okay, now our physics process can do this. Can literally just be get movement. That way we don't have a billion different things. Oh, here. We got to do this. Fine. How going your game? It's going pretty good. This is kind of dumb the way I'm doing this, but we're gonna just do it like this. Let's see if it breaks. Will it break? Right now I'm just kind of moving some code around because there's so much stuff that doesn't really need to be there. Okay, let's run it again, see if it breaks. Okay, we have our movement, and it's now broken out into a component rather than having it in the player script. There's so many things I need to break out into little components. But yeah, I'll show, for anyone new here, I'll show you what the game is. We started this a couple weeks ago. It is going to be our main project after abandoning several. But as we've been learning, because I've been doing game development for about 1.5 years now, we've been learning a lot. So any abandoned projects are still good because we're learning. But we are doing a survival game. Which involves things like base building, chopping trees, you know, doing some fighting at some point, although we haven't built that in yet. There's going to be some, you know, crafting, things like that. We do have a, you know, little basic, mostly working inventory system. We have this kind of Rust style building. And yeah, so base building is part of it. And then we've got the kind of difference between this and just kind of any other survival game is going to be the inclusion of these creatures, which are your big, giant, walking rock golem sort of things that you can tell them where to go. It's going to have this, you know, low poly look, so very little detail. But ignore the flying. That's just so then I can get around places easier without having to climb up on top of this guy. But you can turn this guy into your mobile home. So, you know, you can tell him to walk somewhere, then go, you know, go ahead and... Oh, got some frame drops there. Then you can go ahead and build your base on top of him. And you can create your little lookout from which to direct your guy to go to different places. Build your base, put some boxes down. That's what we're going to be working on next. So then you can store your materials. And yeah, we're just going to be... This glitchiness is a little annoying. It's because of the shakiness when he collides with the ground, I'm 90% sure. But anyway, that's the general idea. So, very complete. Yeah, the build system's getting there. It's like, there's still plenty of things like the windows and doors. I need to make it so you actually add them in. Right now they're just holes, but yeah, then you can tell them to burrow back down. So then you can jump out and go collect more resources. And the whole kind of point of the game is at night, you know, things are scarier, but you can get more loot maybe at night. Like there's certain things that come along only at night that you need, but then there's going to be creatures you have to fight. That sort of deal. Should add some sound effects for when you pick up items. But yeah, it's just kind of cool to be able to, you know, bring your base around with you, you know? But the next thing we're working on is how to, like, place a box down onto the ground or inside your base, stuff like that. Man, this kind of shakiness is kind of getting me. Is it better when we're on a flat... Ooh, frame drops. Frame drops like crazy. Or just lagginess. I don't mind a little bit of shakiness when it's moving. But like this isn't too bad. But it can get a little excessive when you're going over rougher terrain. When you're just standing there, then it's not bad. He just kind of, you know, goes through his idle animation. But yeah, there's a lot to build out still. I wonder, we should probably do another class that is just called placeable. So right now we have storage. And we need another class just called placeable. Placeable will be a node 3D. What just happened there? Here we go. Class name placeable. And then our storage. By the way, Hide Zone, what were you working on? This will be placeable. Okay. So we got that. Now we can look at our hotbar, HB1 Okay, change tool. Change tool. Here. Item scene path does not equal. Okay, sick. Okay, nice. Oh, whoops. DS global. Tool? We do something like this. Are these items tools? Let me look at axe. We need to look at our item resource. Or first we need to go. Actually, no. First, we need to go to our item.gd. Whoops, let's do this. Item type. Reference. Here. Wonder if I should do string names. They're better. Pluto, thank you for the follow. Then we can go to our multiple items. So where are our items? We're going to say gun for these test items just because. Okay, let me go back, catch up on chat. Only play with Godot, sometimes doing experiments. I like using vibe coding on GD scripts to see how it works. It's not recommended for a real project. Yeah, it's kind of tough because with GD script, AI is still not like... there's just not enough data for it to really know what's going on. So it can be kind of tough with GD script, but sometimes it's really nice. Like certain things like ChatGPT will give me really great results for very specific things. And then other times it can be really not great. But like if you're just learning it and stuff, sometimes it can be really nice to have it explain things. Even though it can be wrong, at least you can get somewhat of an idea, you know? Okay, now my actual items. Axe, item type tool. So now, we can do that. we're going to do this. Placeable. We can do this. Okay. So now we can create an item for the box. Actually, we don't really need to have this. So we have use tool. How do we do this? So we have currently where it's like your tool pops up. Okay, it doesn't switch your tool. We can do, if it's placeable, then we could do something like we have build preview snap. We just have a var placing. Placing placeable. Let's say that. True. Let's see if something breaks here. Okay. I'm not going to mess with that yet. Oh. Current placeable. Okay, so let's do a new item. Let's go to ChatGPT and have it generate us a quick icon. Get some placeholder icons. Okay. 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 Small box. Item type. Placeable. Mesh. We need a mesh. Can I export a bunch of CSG boxes in Godot as a single mesh? I'm going to copy this, paste, This is saying it's on the mesh toolbar menu in 3D view. Oh, okay, right here. Bake mesh instance. Okay, sick. Thank you, Bad Circle. Once again, coming back, helping me out. Nice. Dude, this is huge. Okay, I'm going to hide these for now. I'm going to... save as, okay, I can delete that. I can delete this. And then in our small box item, material, we can do a load. Oh, interesting. I forgot the lid. Let's do this again. CSG combiner. Okay. Nope, not what I wanted. Oh, whoops. Let's go ahead and delete this. There we go. Sick. Now here we can grab all this and delete it. When it won't slide, I noticed holding Alt while sliding helps. Oh, okay. I was doing. I think I was holding control there, so it was trying to snap, but I hadn't moved it far enough. But Alt like makes it slower or something. Oh, like a slower slide or something. Okay. Small box's collision shape is cylinder. But I don't need to do a cylinder for it. On this, it can be a box that's just one. Max stack size 1. Item scene path. It's going to be the small box scene path. Okay. Now, if I go into 3D, go to main. What happens if I just grab one of my items? Duplicate it. Let's bring it over here. Let's do a small box resource in there instead. It's going to be a quantity of 1. Okay, what happens? Must be what it is. It cancels the snap. Yeah. Okay, we now have a box. And I can pick it up. And I can drag it around. Okay, brakes. Scene path on object resource. It's item scene path. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, I can press 1, nothing happens, but it did set that item scene path. Okay. Let's do this. Tool needs to be a tool. Okay, we don't need to do this. I was gonna make it so you can have the box in your hand, but I don't think we need that. We just need the placeable preview. Okay. Okay, we have all of these. Then I can add a mesh instance. Or no. Let me think here. Because on these, I'm just hiding and showing. Okay, let's do so var prev equals load str, or no, load scene path. Milton, what's up? Making a game in Python. Nice. Maybe duplicate the mesh and use the material overlay from the geometry section. I think I'm just going to have the scene. Just load the scene in as the preview. And then when you place it, it just sticks it where it's placed. Placeable. We do like remove placeable preview. Can't do that. Oh, whoops. This needs to go up here. That can go away. That can go away. This should just be pass. Okay, so we do that, and then for a game jam. Nice. Okay, we could do that. Wait, build preview dot update. What did I call it again? Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, we need to instantiate it. Might have to check if we can instantiate it first. Oh. Try it again. Okay, that's there. Hey, look at that. We got a preview. Now we just need it to snap to the ground. Wonder if we should have another one, another Node 3D. Call this I think so. Snap placeable. Let's add a child node. Maybe can I just do a raycast? Okay, so I can just look at one. Whoops. So this can run into one. Oh, okay, whoops. So that should be there. This is here. This looks at -1, which means get collision point and get collision normal. Equals raycast 3D dot get collision point. Snap placeable dot global rotation equals get collision normal. I might have to do something weird here. Maybe like make it negative that, or I don't know. I'm so bad with these. Uh-oh, what's going on? Now I press on 1 and it doesn't do anything. Why is it no longer adding it? we do have that where well, we can figure that out later. Okay, but it is not snapping to the collision point. Gotta hydrate. Okay, it needs to...
I don't know. I just got here.
Oh, because we're not doing this anymore. Oh, look at that. Okay. Clearly not working. It's almost working. Is it because of the collision? What is it? Disabled? Yeah. Got an ad starting in 3 minutes. Okay, let me see if it's the collision. Has node collision. Let's just disable collision right now. There we go. Okay. That's the global rotation. Still being odd. Okay. So maybe it's just how we're updating this. I don't think we need to worry about the collision. Let's just try it like this first. Yeah, okay. Oh, nope. No, we are getting collision still. Okay, we will disable this again. Or actually, we could just do, for now, like that. Why is it? The global position should be that ray cast point, which like sort of works. Why is that raycast getting... Is it because there's no collision point there? Here there is, but then you walk forward and there's not. Okay, we have that right there. Okay, so I can just do that. Although it's not perfect. We need to make sure that this... put that up there. Will this work? There's nothing that it's running into. Huh. Make it long, put it up high, under the terrain. Yeah, true. Okay. This here maybe negative 100. Is under the terrain, maybe not hitting. Yeah. Let's see that. Okay. There we go. Nice. Now, if we go up to like a tree here, then it snaps to that, but we can just adjust our collision layers and stuff. Oh, and you do need to be able to place there. Let's grab this, build the base real quick. There we go. It does snap to that. Except we now have multiple. Oh. What is happening now? These are snapping to oh, because the snap. Shoot. We will put snap placeable there. I wonder why it's creating multiple. We can get rid of this CSG box, but is it because this is like a duplicate? I don't know if that's how that works, but let's get rid of this CSG box. What is it again? Current placeable preview. Add child when it. I think it's just because I was switching and I kept adding it over and over again. Yeah, I think because I'm using hotbar buttons to like grab it, and every time I hit the hotbar button, it was adding it as a child. Okay. Okay, snaps just right. Okay, we will not figure out placing it yet because I am going to have to take off and bounce out for the day. But that's some good progress already. Our inventory is working. We have placeables halfway there. They're snapping at least. Then we're going to actually have to do the whole thing of like placing it and also making sure that we don't have a tool open and, you know, all that. I don't want you to be able to build and place a snappable at the same time. But we will figure that out. Good stuff. Thanks, Bat Circle. I appreciate you being here. As well as the people in the Twitch chat. Vinny, Hide Zone, thank you for the raid. Anonymo, Mars, New Jank, Trash Wiz, all of y'all. Renegade, Hello Lunch. Thank you all for being here. RCB, good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here, as always. I'm going to send you over to Ravier. Good work so far, like always. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Unity and Brio, but I've been thinking of using Godot because it's less resource intensive.
So Ravier, who is making a crazy game, I will send you over to him. He's working on his space game right now, which looks so sick. But yeah, I'll send you over now. Have a good one. Thank you all for being here. As always, I will see you all next time. I should be back on again tomorrow. So peace out. Thank you for the new follows as well, Pluto. Appreciate it. Trash Wiz. But yeah, I'll see y'all later. Peace. And for those of you in the YouTube chat, have a great